Good evening, Immortals, and welcome back to another video. You know what? You're right. Something's different about this. If you notice that there's something a little different about the way this looks, you would be correct. This is a new camera. But oh, I did not buy this camera. More on that in a minute. Alright guys, so here it is. I actually set my other camera back up. That took actually a little bit to do. But you heard that right. Your boy just got sent a brand new camera. Well, not brand new, but new to me. Yup actually was like, hey man, I don't really feel like selling my A7S. So like, do you want it? And I was like, okay. I still don't fully know what to say other than thank you. The screen does not flip all the way out like this does on my 66. I noticed too during that little intro clip, I had to put it on manual focus because the focus, I don't know if it was because I'm using crop sensor lenses. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, just know this. Basically, whenever I put this lens on this camera, it vignettes it a little bit and maybe affects the focus. But as you can see with this camera, I mean, focus is instant. I move, it focuses. Like, it's very, very snappy most of the time, right? I put that same lens on it and it was like a couple seconds behind me. So like if I moved back or forward, it would take a couple seconds. It maybe would even focus on the background for a second, then eventually come back up to me. So I don't know if that was this camera or that lens on this camera. I'm not sure, but I put it on manual focus for the intro. And I wanted to kind of throw this out there and say, what do you guys think about how that looks? Does it look better? I know this has more saturation in it, like the green is really deep, vivid green. But with this camera, because it's full frame, it's actually zoomed out a little bit more and you can see the rest of the room. And it may even have a little bit more blur in the background because I was able to get the camera closer to my face. So I'm going to test this out today, and I'm even going to test out my, I can't call it a zoom lens because that's not the technical term, but my 56mm, that's 16. Basically, the bigger the number, the more zoomed in it is. You can kind of see, even on this, it's like really zoomed in. It's actually kind of hard to see. So you can kind of see that it's really zoomed in. The 56 is very zoomed in. This 16 is pretty wide. On the crop sensor, it is further in. But on this, it's very wide. Like you can see the ceiling, which is, you know, a few feet above what you can see now. And it's a lot more wider, but it has vignetting. If you don't know what vignetting is, basically like black rings. Of course, you probably saw it in the intro clip. I'm going to try the 56 on this set up in a different way to see how it looks. I've tried shooting with the 56 before on this camera or a similar camera. And it was actually on a different tripod that was not even on my desk. It was like against the door and it was still really close. Kind of like how this camera is on the desk with this lens. So that makes me think, what if I were to put this camera like on my monitor or something? What if I could do that and it'd be like a different angle, but I can use the really nice lens and get a really nice look? You know what? I don't know yet. Let's see. I will say the focus being slow is very concerning, especially once you start getting, you know, really zoomed in and stuff like that. Focus is very important. So we'll just have to see if that holds up over time. We're going to try it out for this video and we're going to see. We're going to see what you guys think about it. Is it focusing too slow? Is it annoying when I go in and out of focus? Because like I almost never go out of focus with my 6600. Like, I mean, it would be so rare, something crazy would have to happen. Like I could even shut lights off and stuff and it doesn't get confused. Like it still knows where I'm at. It still focuses very good. The low light's very good on it. But what this would be good for is to have a second camera somewhere else. So even if it doesn't work for the main cam, this right here, I could maybe put a cat cam over here to the side for streams, or maybe even just another angle, because I do have two Elgatos, so I may be able to actually set it up. Now I will have to work with delays and stuff to make that all work, but it may be worth it. I may buy a cam link for it. Who knows? So that may work. Let's try it out. Let's stop talking. Let's try it out. Some of you guys probably do not care about this stuff, but it's important to me. So we're gonna leave it at that. You're gonna go dark for a second, and I'm gonna switch back over to this camera. So just bear with. Okay, so I do not have autofocus on right now, but this is about how zoomed in it is where the old camera was. If I were to put this lens on my current camera, this is what it would look like. Adjusted for the sensor and all that. So that's what it looks like. I know it's shaky. Give me just a second. The last time I used this lens, it was on a crop sensor camera, and it was not even on the desk, and I had to have my chair against the bed. So this is kind of like the same angle, the same kind of really like almost uncomfortably close. But the difference here is that I am against my desk like I normally am. You just don't see much. Like you see a little bit of that. Maybe I can adjust the angle a little bit to where there's just a little bit of, LED, where there is just a little bit of LED coming through. We have that for scary. We have this for, Christmas. We have this as I like that. I really like that. We have this as kind of a normal sort of thing going, the normal vibe. Like I said, the autofocus is a little iffy. Like if I move around, it's kind of slow. It may not even focus on me this close. But like say if I scooted my chair back, or like if for instance, I got my tilt on now. So this is how it would be if I was streaming. So if I had my tilt on, I just go, oh man. Okay, I think we just found something out there. So if I was in my tilt mode, that would be like the perfect camera lens angle, everything. To me, this is good, but my microphone doesn't come out this far. So if I could be leaned back playing a video game, that would be the best. Like this is really good. I like it. It looks really good. That's why I wanted to use this lens, but I don't have enough space to make this happen. It's the main reason why. And now I can't even see the flip screen now because it doesn't have a flip screen. I apologize for the noise. There's going to be a lot of noise going on today. That's just, sorry. I'm not stopping recording now. I'm just going to roll through it. If you guys hear it, you guys hear it. If you don't, you don't. So this is a very interesting look. It's not awful. I may consider getting a 30mm lens. Like I said, the other one is the 16, the very, very wide. This is a 56, pretty tight. I'm thinking if I maybe get a 30mm, it would be kind of in between. Like I like this look, but I would like the camera to be closer and at that same angle. Like I said, always sorry. I know you hear that. There's no way you don't because it's loud. It's loud. But that's just how I feel about that. I like this look. I'm just not sure about it necessarily fitting my setup yet. Honestly, the autofocus really isn't that bad once it's out like this. When it's close up, the autofocus struggles a lot more. I don't know why that is. Like with wide angle lenses, I feel like the autofocus was struggling more. But I feel like this is still pretty good. Very usable. The colors are different. For instance, I know the color science is different. The greens, I gotta figure out which way to move my head. The greens are not as green, but the contrast is still there. Still really dark, like black. The blacks are still black, so that's good. But the greens, like some of the colors aren't as colorful. But man, that right there is a real big vibe. And you always pick the best moments, don't you? I don't know. I feel like I don't have as much room to move around. And that's not even zoomed in at all to account for the vignette at all. You guys can kind of see in the corners, especially how it's kind of dark. You can see how my finger is. That's not because of the light at all. That's literally the lens on the camera doing that. So I like it. I think overall I like it. I think if I played with it a little bit more that I could get something that I would really like. I just wish that I could move my mic arm out just a little bit more. Or even had it to the side like this, something like that, which if I had it to the side anyway, I could remove this pop filter and use the other pop filter. Use the smaller pop filter for my SM7B. I don't know. I like it so far. I'm just waving Taco Bell around. But you really can't see because again, see, the thing about this lens also is you won't ever see my environment, which I can't decide if I love or hate that, because I both love and hate that, because that means that I won't be able to have, plushies or anything on the side. I won't be able to have stuff in the room for you to look at, like the race cans up there that are on top of the bed. You don't see that at all here. That's both good and a bad thing, because that means that the room is a little messy. You guys will never know. And I don't always have to pick up before I record, which is nice, because I always have to pick up before I record, like every day. Every day I have to make the bed. Like you can't really tell the bed's not made up. You can't tell there's stuff on the bed really, because there's bags and crap, and the box for this is on the bed. Say if I had just finished eating this and set this back here off to the side, normally you would see that, but you don't now. So that's just an interesting note. I dig it. I do feel like maybe it's a little darker than my other camera, but that's not something I can't fix, This light goes all the way up. Like I can completely blow out my face. Oh, that's really cool how the background is still very unlit still. Oh, that's cool. I like that. And then we can go really dark, just like the other camera. Man, that handles that so well. Oh, that handles that really well. Oh, that's kind of cool. So it handles the dark really well, just like the other camera does. So that kind of gives you some idea. I can match this color if I wanted to. If I wanted to just get a flat color, or I could go really warm. I don't think we'd want to go really cold. That looks awful. Really warm. Maybe we'll go really warm. Put it to the side just like the other one. So just let me know what you guys think. This is I'm trying it out, and just to prove to you I'm not using the other camera, because I know some people could be like that. This is the normal thing I shoot with. I think this would be really cool, like if I was showing off stuff, like if I was like particularly like just doing a talking head video like this. I don't know if I'm going to do it for gameplay, but if I'm just sitting here talking, I may throw this camera up and throw this lens on there, and just to get the really cinematic backgrounds and everything. I definitely think I'm going to have uses for it. Like there's no question about that I'm going to have use for it. Whether or not I'm going to use it for YouTube at all besides vlogs, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be my normal sit down camera or not, especially with the focus being, I feel like this is what Dan TDM uses. I feel like this looks like Dan TDM a little bit. It really does kind of show off how dark the room is, because like I'd never film in a brightly lit room anyway, because I can never see. I think I can grow to like this. I think once I circle it off, I won't like it as much, because the circle takes up so much of the. I think if I were to square my face cam again, I would like it. That's what happened last time, is whenever I squared my face cam, I liked it, but when I circled it, I did not like it, because the circle would only show my face and nothing else. Like there would be no shoulders, nothing like that. But for this, it seemed like it's perfect. And it seemed like in a square face cam, this would be perfect, because I'd be able to square off and you wouldn't see like above my head at all, but it would balance off. So maybe for stuff like this, where I'm just sitting back talking to you guys. If I talk to you guys about, my day or something, or if I have like a little insert or something, like we talk about Christmas, I can do that and it'd be a little more Christmassy maybe. I really dig that like that. You're not looking straight at the lights anymore. And like I said, that's kind of a love-hate thing. I really like having the LEDs visible in the background. They still make a difference, because that would be without them. But they don't make as much difference as they once did. So I don't know how I feel about that. And at least until we get like our own stuff set up, I think this will probably work. I mean, it's obviously going to work, but I don't know, man. It's kind of a love-hate, because I just bought the 6600 and now I'm already seriously considering like this being like it for a while, like this being my camera that I use for YouTube, which would free up this camera for other things, obviously. To take to other places, church, whatnot. But I kind of miss that wide vibe already, and if I threw this on here, you would see the whole room, which is not happening. I'm going to tell you that now. That thought just crossed my mind, to throw the 16 on there at this angle. That's not happening, because you guys do not need to see the whole room. But like I was saying, like if I were to have this dude off to the side like this, kind of further back even, or up and to the side, You know, I could even throw this little guy back on, and it would probably keep the closest, because usually I talk like this. I'm usually like right here on the mic, but because it's from the side, it doesn't get in front of my face. But I may start doing this to the side like this so that I could use this, and then it would be a little less intrusive maybe. We'll just have to see. That might also mean that I may have to end up getting a cloud lifter for this if I do it this way. I don't know. I'm just talking tech stuff here. None of you guys probably care. You know, something like this, it's a little mashed up, but just ignore it. I would like fix it, but so what do you guys think? Is this a vibe? It's got cat hair all over it. What do you guys think? I can play with it a little bit more, but I may just use this for a second camera angle. That would be a little harder to set up right now to test it. Actually, no, I'm going to do it because I'm crazy. So I set it up a little bit more, probably make that work a little better than what I did. But overall, I think this is probably how I would end up using it, like as a permanent fixture. It's still to the side a little bit, kind of like how the other one was. You can kind of see the little things in the background a little better now from this angle. You actually can't even see the microphone, and that's so cool. I actually like the microphone. Like to be able to see microphones has always been kind of my vibe. Okay, so this is pretty much a lot more how it would actually be set up. And like I said, I don't always like it being this close because it shows off like if my skin is particularly dry that day, or, you know, if I had just drank coffee or something and my teeth were like super yellow, or, you know, it just shows off little imperfections in my face. And for that reason, I don't like it being this close up, but man, you cannot beat that background. Like you just can't beat it. I've lost my remote again. It's because I keep putting it upside down on stuff. It's black and it blends into everything, which if I would put it up like that, I would be able to see it. So like if we were doing scary game like that, kind of a Christmassy vibe, although I don't like that one nearly as much as I did. And I really like that blue one, like that straight blue one. I usually did this blue like this, but I actually really like that blue for this setup. I don't know, man. I was almost crazy enough to do the second camera angle to see how that would go, but I'm a little too lazy. Just trust me that I have another little thing over there and I could put a camera on, maybe do like a cat cam or something like that. Like if this was my main streaming camera or whatever, then I could maybe set up the other Elgato into the computer with the other camera. I don't have two HDMIs yet, so I would have to buy one, but that would be kind of like the vibe there, is I maybe would have like a wide look at my setup or something. It just opens up a little bit of a possibility of there being two camera angles, which would be totally insane for somebody my size to even attempt to do. But that's kind of my thing anyway. I'm like so crazy. I am insane. Like I'm buying that, you know, I bought all these lenses and stuff for this setup, and it, like, for a YouTuber my size, all of it is so overkill. But I think that's going to help me out in the long run. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed my insanity. I usually do for some reason. By the way, I'm going to start mentioning in my videos, if you like my chair, please go buy it. Link in the description, that sort of thing. People are actually buying these chairs from my videos, and that is crazy because that is actually giving me a really good source of income. Like a surprisingly good. I don't have an affiliate link for the camera that Yub sent me because it is an older camera. Honestly, most people, if they were going to buy a camera of this caliber, they're going to buy one of the A7S 2s, 3s, whatever. They're newer ones. So I'm not even going to put this in my gear list, but just it is an A7S for what it's worth. That's what the camera is. The lens is a Sigma 56mm 1.4. The APS-C one. So it is, like I said, if you put it on the full frame, you will get that little bit of black around it, but that's okay because I'm going to crop in for face cam stuff. So, but if you like my chair, I'm getting to the point. If you like my chair, the Secret Lab behind me, please consider buying one using the link in the description, and that really helps me out. No kidding. One chair, I get like $40 of commission. So like, it's a big deal. I've only sold like 3 or 4 chairs, but that's still, whoa, that has like paid bills like with. So thank you guys so much. Continue to support with that like you've been doing. That being said, I think that's all the updates for today. I've been doing Christmas this weekend, and I filmed like a Christmas vlog, so be looking for that. There's going to be a lot of vlogs here in the next little bit, because I'm going to have the first person Christmas vlog, and then I'm going to have, we're going to go to Branson, Missouri here pretty soon. So that being said, I'm going to film a lot of stuff there. My whole family is going, and we've rented this big, like 6-bedroom, 3-story, like big old cabin. Like it's like basically a mansion, and it's got a basement and like 2 living rooms. Like it's a big thing. Like my whole family's going. I think that's going to be great content material, like great vlog material. Great. We're going to have like the ability to like have plenty of space to do videos and stuff. So I may do like some challenges kind of in the vein of Preston Plays, Team Edge kind of stuff. Like, maybe, I don't want to say anything specifically because I don't know what we're going to do yet, but we're going to have space to do stuff, and that's going to be a first. So I'm really excited about that. Things are looking really good, but just know that videos are going to be weird, short, spaced out. Like the videos are not going to be normal for a little bit, but that's just because Christmas. Things will get back to towards the beginning of the year. Things are going to get back the way it was. I'm not planning on slowing down anytime soon. I've got some music and stuff I'm working on as well. So just some stuff to keep your peepers peeled for. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for sticking with me again. Okay, so just as a quick little insert, this is the 50mm 1.8. So the blurry background is not as blurry maybe, but it is a little wider supposedly. But I feel like even though it is wider, you get more vignetting on the sides. So I don't think this is going to be an option, but it is good to note that it is a little bit wider. This is a weird video, but it's okay because I'm weird. So here we go. Again, for the 4th time, gonna say it one last time because you guys are awesome. Thank you. You guys are amazing. Things have been amazing lately. I've been so motivated. It's like I'm not even joking, and I got food to eat. So like, yeah, I gotta go. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless. See you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day.